Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the 11th to the 17th of April. Cards have been shuffled. I'm going to use the True Black to begin with, do a Celtic cross with that, and I'm going to get some clarity with a few cards from the um, Art Nouveau Golden Tarot. When I was shuffling this card, the Emperor kept falling out, and I've just checked, and the Emperor's at the bottom of this deck at the moment. So take what you will from that, but yeah, Emperor kind of energy, stoic, direct, in control. The guy's armored, he's ready to go. Look at his face, you're not going to mess with that guy. Aries energy, really powerful. Well, that bodes well. Other than that, I don't know. So Scorpio, let's get to it and see what the week holds for you guys. Nice. The Two of Cups could be a love reading. This one, too early to say, is a general reading. It could go either way. Two angel fish jumping out of each other's cups into each other's. It's a lovely collected energy. Two peas in a pod. And then the broken arrow at the top is this card sometimes signifies an end to hostilities. So again, if it was a business reading, it could be like, everything's been sorted, we're all calming down now. Crossing that, we've got the Crucible, the Eight of Swords. There's a test involved, and it's a rough old test, this one. I mean, a couple of other people have fallen by the wayside, but you're there at molten lava level, and you're just hanging on in there, and you come out of it the better for it. So that's really good. A very Scorpio energy as well, that kind of, whatever you're going to throw at me, I can take it. Nice to see. Nightmare card, Nine of Swords. This card literally is just the Nightmare card. So you've got two swords here, the 8 and the 9. And it's, in other decks, the person sat in bed with 9 swords sort of on a wall above them. But what he talks about is it's just a dream. And if you look at this poor innocent rabbit impaled on this sword, that's not blood. Those are rose petals. And the sword is almost translucent. It's transparent. Sorry, not translucent. Transparent. So it's see-through because it's not real. It's a dream. And also the hilts on the swords behind are all different hilts. It's not the same dream over and over again. It's lots of different dreams. So that's exactly what it is. It's like, guys, you're worrying about the wrong thing here. It's a distraction. So that's the near past. So hopefully we've seen the last of that. Scorpio. Near front, we've got a Seven of Pentacles. This is a more traditional deck. There is a man leaning on a hoe or a rake looking at the harvest. So it's about how you've harvested these 7 pentacles, and there's a list of what to do next. So and this fantastic one in the ground here, and everything's growing, everything's abundant, lovely. So in the near future, this is talking about you've done a great. It's a bit like if a farmer was just going, well, what a fantastic, bountiful harvest. He has a quick cup of tea, and then he has to get back in the field and start planting for next season. So he's like, well done you, near future, fantastic, great job. Now crack on and start again. Oh, lovely energy at the bottom there. That's the subconscious, and also what's kind of going away a little bit. Empress energy, that's the love molecule there, oxytocin. So again, if this was a love reading, this is really quite nice. Nurturing motherhood, very sensual. It's a really, it's a lovely, feminine, but strong energy. Really nice to see there, very foundational. So that's good. And it also softens off these 2 swords here as well. And then at the top, we have this in the last reading for Pisces. I call this my lighthouse card. It's the Seven of Wands. Those wands are crashing against this other one in the middle there, which is probably not made of the same stuff, could be made of steel. And then there's this glowing orb in the middle, and it's like, nope, I'm here. You can fight as much as you like. I'm going to win this. I'm not going to be taken down by anybody. So very resolute, very direct. I call it like a lighthouse card. Stormy seas can crash against the lighthouse for 100, 200, 500 years. It's still there. It's still doing what it was doing before. Very stoic. Great energy to have there. And this one and the last one, this is your outcome. This is how you find yourself. This is the Chariot. So this is a victory with control. So this is you in control of your own victory. So that's how you're going to find yourself. And then external influences, or how other people see this situation, Knight of Swords. This knight it's got hardly any armor on. It's carrying two swords. It's all about sort of impetuosity and speed and cutting through the nonsense. A real clear ringing bell on a foggy day. It's like straight in, no nonsense. So that's how other people see this situation. So that's good to see. Hopes and Fears, the Five of Pentacles, card of sorrow, loss, misery. One thing it does tell us is the tarot is all about cycles and balance. So he's going, if this is a horrible Monday, Monday's over, Tuesday's going to be great. So it could be a bad week. This is Hopes and Fears, by the way, so we need to get some clarity on those. It's in a traditional reading, it's two beggars walking past the stained glass window that's got pentacles on there. So it reminds us that help is at hand, and also, you know, wallow in self-pity. There'll always be someone who'll just come around and go, yeah, I agree with you. Isn't it horrible? Isn't the world a terrible place? Aren't you having a bad week? Really, guys? You've got better friends than that. Find the other people who go, don't worry about it. This is all great. Yeah, that's the only card that's the negative. Okay, the burden, Ten of Pentacles. This is feeling like you're burdened with something, or even feeling like someone's get a free ride there. So there's a beetle carrying all these sticks, and then there's another beetle in amongst the others, in amongst that pile, just getting a free ride. And it's kind of cautions us that, you know, it's not a bad thing. You know, if somebody does need that support, then maybe that's a nice thing to do. If someone's new at work or someone's new in the relationship and they need that support, the good thing is, Scorpio, that's a Goliath beetle that can hold 100 times its own body weight. So you've got this. You can absolutely smash it out of the park. So the outcome is, even if you feel a little bit burdened, so there's the nightmare and the crucible, this sort of test that you've got to go through, everything else is just fantastic. So what have you been through a test? You've got all the sort of beautiful feminine sensual energy, this attractiveness and abundance and motherhood and nurturing. I'm not talking about females here, I'm talking about we all have a masculine and feminine energy. So that's a really fantastic grounding energy to have, you know, just being a nice person, being the better person. Then this lovely stoicism at the top here. And again, you know, people can see what you're doing. If you're in a relationship, people are going, do you know what? This person's pulling out all the stops for their partner, which is going to result in a victory. And again, if it was business, it'd be the same thing. Don't worry about last week. Yeah. At the end, the hostilities are over. There was some trial or some test which you were brilliant, and everyone saw that you were brilliant at it, and it ended up in a victory. Even though some people went, wow, the victory was a bit, you know, I call this like a speedboat on a pond. If you're in the speedboat, you're having a great time. If you're in a boat on the other side, maybe you're getting knocked around by the wake that's caused by that. So you've got to work out whether you're in the speedboat or not. But it's very much a knights never arrive. Well, the Knight of Pentacles does, but knights very rarely arrive quietly. They arrive, they announce themselves. There's a lot going on. And then just be really careful of this Hopes and Fears card up here. Don't let that self-pity impact, you know. And again, with the burden card, you can kind of go, woe is me, I've got a lot to carry. Yeah, but you're more than capable of doing that, Scorpio. You've got this. You got this in spades. You're good at this stuff. And then, so yeah, it's one of those weird readings. If you put a gun to my head, I would say it's probably more like a love reading because of the Empress. The Empress is a card of motherhood as well, and often comes up if someone's trying to get pregnant or has just been pregnant or it's, you know, whatever. But it's a pregnancy card certainly, and if you're not trying to get pregnant, then make sure you take the appropriate safeguards. But again, this is kind of foundational. It's not in one of the big hitting spaces. It's more of a underlying air, I think. What do we get on the bottom of the deck for this? Oh, fantastic. Oh, there you go. Right. If you're ever in doubt, always look at the bottom of the deck. And if when you look on the bottom of the deck, you get the Magician, it's just like tick the boxes. Happy days. My favourite card in any tarot deck by a country mile. A bit like my favourite films, It's a Wonderful Life, and then there are all other films. It's a Wonderful Life sits alone at the top of the mountain, you know, and the Magician is the same for me. This energy is all about having all the tools at your disposal. You know, if you wanted to go into space and you draw the magician, you're going to go into space, and you go, well, I'm 95, it's never going to happen. Well, maybe you win, I don't know, the largest ever lottery. Maybe someone else does and puts you on the flight. I don't know. It's a card of, if you want it, you can have it. It's order, control. I mean, he's got the infinity symbol above his head. It's like, I can do this all day. I can just keep going and going and going. He is a master of all the suits. You know, he's got the energy of the pentacles, he's got the energy of the wands, he's got the clarity of the swords. You know, he's got everything in his power, or she has. It's a masculine energy, that's all that is. Great card to get to underpin a reading like this. Yeah, whatever you want. You want you want a promotion and there's been a test involved, you've got everything that you need. You want a relationship, there's a test involved, you've got everything you need. People can see that there's a victory. This is really good. I'm really liking this. So just do a quick clarification with these cards here. First one, first one up is the Sun, best card in the deck. So I think the Magician is the best card in the deck. But you've just drawn the Sun. You know, it lights up all the other cards. This is your inner child. This is, you know, the reason we're all on the planet. The reason I'm reading this tarot reading to you now is because of the Sun. If we didn't have the Sun, I know the Sun's gone in where I'm sat at the moment. It's night time. But, you know, sunflowers don't grow. We don't exist on the planet. It is the very core of everything we do. It's joyful, confident, empowering, enthusiastic. It's warm. It brightens your day. You know, it's just really. I don't care what the other two are. It's not going to make a difference. The Moon. Just listen to any kind of. This is one of those weeks where listen to the signs and portents. You know, and this crayfish is your subconscious that's coming out of your subconscious, being drawn up into the Moon there. In other decks, there's actually a path going between these two pillars that goes off into the distance, and sometimes it's a wolf and a dog. This looks more like two wolves to me. The three phases of the Moon, the Virgin, the woman and the hag, I think it is. But basically, you've got so all is here. The only thing is the Moon gets its power from the Sun. So it's not true. And when you see sunlight, it's sunlight. When you see moonlight, it's sunlight bounced off a marble in the sky. So there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of power that you can tap into, particularly on the subconscious, you know, the spiritual side. And that ties in really nicely with the Empress, because she's got that kind of energy as well. Not as much as the High Priestess and the Magician as well. So there's that kind of mysterious, I don't want to say occult, because it's not that, but it's the mysteries of the world and how did all this come together. So with the Sun and the Moon, this is just fantastic. And you finish off with the Choices card. Sorry, that was in a previous reading, not this one though. In the True Black deck, we've had the Choices card a couple of times. A lot of people making choices this week. It's hard to see, but basically he's been given lots and lots of choices. You know, do you want to be rich? Do you want to be famous? Do you want to be happy? Do you want a partner? Do you want a better job? Do you want a new house? Do you not even know what it is that you want? This is the unknown here. And we just temper this with just be careful, because sometimes you can be so spoiled for choice that you don't make a choice at all. I would say this week you definitely need to make a choice, because there's so much energy here with the Sun, the Moon, the Empress, the Magician. This is really powerful, Scorpio. You are going to be in for a really good week. I'll see you next Sunday for more of the same. In the meantime, have a good one and take care.